Good morning and welcome to today's Daily Dose Devotion. We know and understand how important it is to share a mindset that's similar to heaven. If not, it has to be the same mindset, right? We have the mind of Christ. We've been transformed and are being transformed by the renewing of our minds to be able to test and approve what the will of God is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will, Romans 12:2. It's important that we think and we process the world and the things and the events that are happening to us through the perspective of God, through the perspective of eternity, having eternity written on our eyes. Otherwise, it's easy to become discouraged, to become downcast in our souls, to beat our chest and not understand the way that things are going and how it is that I have to act, who it is that I have to be. So I want to give you encouragement. This is coming out of James chapter 1. He says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials." This isn't something that the world teaches you. This isn't something that you understand by walking in the world. This isn't something that you get from the wisdom of the world. Why do we rejoice though? Because we know that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. So you understand the train of thought. Through these trials, we are perfected. We are being brought to completion. Remember in Philippians where it says that the work that Christ has started in you, He will be faithful to bring to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. You remember where He says that? How is it brought to completion? Not just something magical happening within you, although miracles happen and the Lord does stir up and train our spirits, but we're often refined by the trials that are coming against us. And so when we're facing these trials, we rejoice in them. Not just because oh yay, I'm going through a trial, but we're rejoicing for the fact that our faith will be preserved. Our faith will grow and be refined. And we may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. He then goes on to say, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives to all liberally without reproach, and it will be given to him. This is important because we lack the perspective to be able to rejoice in the midst of our trials because we misunderstand what these trials are doing. It takes the wisdom of heaven, the wisdom of God, to teach us to rejoice in these trials. So when you're going through circumstances, when you're having those hard-pressed times and you don't understand, you can't get that perspective right, pray and seek for wisdom from the Lord. When you get that wisdom, when you grasp that, when you hold on to that, you're able to move past, you're able to grow. And you see, when God is being asked of this wisdom, He gives liberally, without reproach, is given to Him. But we have to ask in faith, with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. Let not that man suppose he will receive anything from the Lord. He's a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. Recognize we have to be firmly planted in the Lord, in His word, and what it is that He says, what it is that He instructs. And in that, we can grow in His favor. We can grow in His truth. We can grow in His righteousness. We can be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. It's all the refining work of the Lord. There's no place for pride in it for me. There's no place of pride in it for you. It's not a work that you and I do. It's a work that the Lord does in and through us. Let your dependence and your trust be in the Lord. Carry that eternal mindset for all the days of your life. Rejoice in these trials, for you will be perfected in them. Amen. Thank you for tuning in. Be blessed.